things you'll never buy once you know what's inside. 1. Peanut butter. Even though it might seem like a fairy tale, peanut butter can actually have rat hair in it. The food authorities allow a small amount of odd things, like bugs or hair, in all foods. This means it's okay for certain foods to have stuff like insect parts and animal hair sometimes. For example, a jar of peanut butter that weighs 18 ounces can legally have up to 150 pieces of bugs and at least 5 rat hairs. 2. Beer. Most vegetarians and vegans know that the way beer is made can be odd. In fact, many beers are made in a way that means they're not vegetarian. Since the 1800s, beer makers have used something called isinglass to make the beer look clear and shiny, which makes it more attractive to people. This stuff is a special kind of jelly made from a fish's swim bladder. It's used a lot in both big brand beers and smaller ones. This can be a problem for vegetarians because it's used so much and is found almost everywhere. It makes it hard for them to enjoy a beer without going against their vegetarian rules. 3. Marshmallow. Many of us like to roast marshmallows over a fire on cold nights. But do you know what's inside these fluffy white treats? Not many people do because candy makers often keep their recipes secret. Marshmallows were first made using a type of flour, but now they have lots of other stuff in them. One common ingredient is gelatin, which is made by boiling the leftover skins and bones of cows and pigs. This gives marshmallows their soft, cloud-like texture. 4. Maggot cheese. Some foods might seem gross but can still be tasty, like steak or eggs. But some foods are made in ways that can make people feel sick, even if they're safe to eat. One example is a cheese called casu marzu from Italy. Many people around the world think it's so gross that it's banned in many places. It's even been called the most dangerous cheese in the world. Why? Well, as the cheese ages, a type of fly lays eggs in it. The hatched maggots then eat the cheese, making it soft and creamy. 5. Skittles. What's your favorite color of these candies? If you pick red, you should know it's made with something called carmine. This is actually made from crushed bugs, which are used to get bright colors. It might sound gross, but it's how most candy makers make bright red candies that people love. This is also used in things like yogurt, jelly, and other sweet treats, not just candies. 6. Pringles. One of the most famous chip brands is actually made from something other than real potatoes. Instead, they're a mix of other stuff like corn and fake flavors. Once they're crispy and have been fried, more flavors are added. But any tiny bit of nutrition that was in the original veggies is lost when they're processed. This process also includes a chemical called acrylamide, which has been linked to cancer and other health problems. 7. Vanilla flavoring. If you cook a lot, you might have a little bottle of what's usually called vanilla flavor. You add a little bit of it to foods to make them taste better. But do you know where it comes from? You probably wouldn't guess that it comes from a beaver. The word castoreum is used for a stuff that beavers use to mark their territory, and it's something that many companies don't tell the public about. It comes from the beaver's castor glands, which are really close to its back end, and it has a strong smell. This goo from the beaver's back end is used for vanilla flavoring. Beavers use it to talk to each other, to build groups, and to keep away enemies. Even though it might seem weird, it actually smells good. For the last 100 years, it has also been used as a natural flavor in food. It's said to be a safe ingredient, and companies don't have to tell you if it's in their flavoring or ingredients.